Namaskar, good evening. You're watching Nation Wants to Know and I am Swati Joshi. The entire nation is shocked after the terror attack that has taken place in Pahalgam in Jammu and Kashmir on the tourists. At least one person has been reported dead and several others have been injured in the deadly terror attack in Pahalgam. Those injured were airlifted with 4 helicopters of army and police involved in rescue operation. Security forces have been rushed to the spot and anti-terror operation is currently underway. The terror attack took place at around 2:40 p.m. when the tourists in the area were busy horse riding. Quick action team of the CRPF, which is specialized in dealing with anti-terror operation, along with the special operations group of Jammu and Kashmir, have cordoned off the entire area and efforts are on to track down the terrorists. Now, security forces are in action and army choppers have been deployed to track the terrorists. TRF, the resistance force and offshoot of the Pakistan-based Lashkar-e-Taiba, has claimed responsibility for the attack. In a chilling testimony, one of the survivors of the deadly attack stated that she was targeted for being a non-Muslim. Listen in.
बोलिए ना मुझे हाँ हाँ यहाँ पे नहीं आप टेंशन मत लो. अब बेटा आप यहाँ पे रहो, हम साथ में. मैडम, ये जो वहीद साहब है प्रेसिडेंट, आप टेंशन मत लो.
मेरे बेटे का बच्चा लो.
हम बचा देगा, कोई बात नहीं. भैया तकरीबन फोन दब से मन युवा डिजाइन किया है. ठीक है हम बचा देंगे ना, आप टेंशन मत लो. मैं आ रहा हूँ. मैं कहाँ पे आपका ये हस्बैंड? क्या हुआ इसको, क्या हुआ?
Please ask for help. We don't need.
Okay, don't worry. You okay? You need a water, sir?
Sir, we'll manage. Just ask for help.
Okay, you first you give the hands water.
Yes.
Drop of water. Take a drop of water, sir, please.
And this is the first terrorist attack on tourists in the Kashmir Valley in 2025. It also comes at a time when registration for this year's Amarnath Yatra is going on across the country. This year, the Yatra will commence on 3rd July and conclude on the 9th of August. Home Minister Amit Shah held an emergency meeting amid the terror attack in Pahalgam. Office of Jammu and Kashmir LG has strongly condemned the attack while assuring that the people behind this despicable attack, the terrorists, will not go unpunished. As per the statement from his office, the LG spoke to the DGP and security officials. Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, Umar Abdullah, has also expressed shock on the incident, saying that the perpetrators of the attack are animals, inhuman and worthy of contempt. Umar Abdullah in his social media post wrote that this attack is much larger than anything we have seen directed at civilians in recent years. The Chief Minister is rushing to Pahalgam. Prime Minister has also strongly condemned the terror attack. In a post on social media platform X, the Prime Minister said his government will bring the perpetrators to justice and no one involved in the attack will be spared. He also said the evil agenda will never succeed and the resolve to fight terror is unshakable. We have Yavar and Rishabh joining us on the broadcast with more details. Let me first go across to Yavar to get more updates on what's happening on ground at the moment. One person has been reported dead, 21 plus tourists have been injured. Yavar, like the Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir has been saying, this is larger than anything we've ever witnessed in terms of a terror attack on civilians in the valley.
Swati, this is one of the biggest militant attacks that the Kashmir Valley has ever witnessed over the past 3 decades. Now there has been the 20 plus injuries and the sources are indicating that there are multiple casualties that have occurred in this particular attack. However, the officials say that they are coming up with the numbers shortly. So this is not confined to one now. This has been gone up, tremendously. However, the officials say that they will come up. This is highway. This is Ganeshpura in the Pahalgam, where you can see that the highway is completely, taken over by the paramilitary troopers. They are the CRPF Jawans who have taken, over this particular route from where there is an entry towards the Pahalgam, and this Ganeshpura is witnessing a thick layer of the security forces. Paramilitary troopers are there. Security have been tightened not only in the Pahalgam in the South Kashmir but elsewhere in the Kashmir Valley. We have been given the understanding that at various locations across the Kashmir Valley, multiple friskings as such operations are taking place, and this has come up as a shock for the entire nation, because this this incident has unfolded just weeks after a high-level security review meeting was chaired by the Home Minister at the Raj Bhavan in the Srinagar. So somehow we are witnessing that this incident has came in a light. Chief Minister Omar Abdullah will shortly be arriving here. He was in Jammu.
The
he has
Chief
taken a flight.
Minister is going to reach Pahalgam. Let me go across to Rishabh because the Home Minister is also on his way to Jammu and Kashmir. The Prime Minister spoke to him, Rishabh, and asked the Home Minister to be there in person, of course, to oversee the entire situation and take stock. Before leaving, the Home Minister also held a high-level security meet.
Well, Home Minister Amit Shah is en route Kashmir. He has just rushed from Delhi to Kashmir after speaking to Prime Minister Narendra Modi over the phone call. Prime Minister right now is in Jeddah on a state visit to Saudi Arabia, and then this terror attack has happened in Pahalgam. Prime Minister spoke to Home Minister, took stock of the ground, what happened, and has asked him to rush to Kashmir and be at the site. Home Minister held a high-level meeting here at his residence as well, where we are reporting from, where IB Chief as well as Home Secretary both were present. Officials from Jammu and Kashmir, including the Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir, Manoj Sinha, was also present via video conferencing. Military officers as well as the DGP of Jammu and Kashmir Police and Director General of CRPF was also in the meeting via video conferencing. Now, what we are given to understand that Prime Minister is taking stock personally via Home Minister. And remember, Jammu and Kashmir is a union territory. Police and security remains with the Union Home Ministry here in New Delhi, and hence Amit Shah is rushing to Jammu and Kashmir. What we are given to understand that in the meeting it was discussed that how could this big security lapse could happen, what the ground situation is, how many forces have been mobilized, what the counter strategy for against terrorists would be, and how soon can we bring those terrorists who have created this mayhem in Pahalgam can be brought to books, and how soon can we nab them is the major issue.
Rishabh and Yavar, thank you for the updates. We'll keep coming back to you for the latest. Now, the Chief Minister of Karnataka, Mr. Siddaramaiah, has also rushed a team to Jammu and Kashmir in the aftermath of the terror attack. Some of the tourists that were attacked belong to Karnataka. That's what we're given to understand. Let's go across to Neha, who's joining us in the broadcast. In fact, one of the deceased belongs to Karnataka. The Chief Minister of Karnataka has rushed a team there to assist, to provide all help to people who belong to Karnataka, Neha.
Well, Swati, that's right. Shortly after news of this terror attack in Pahalgam trickled in, you had, of course, the government of Karnataka here coordinating efforts. Now we're being told that a man called Manjunath Rao, in fact, a tourist there, deceased. Unfortunate that, his wife and son, of course, had to witness this attack in front of him is what, the local police of Shivamogga has confirmed now. They're also in touch with the hospital authorities to ensure that the post-mortem gets completed at the earliest and that the mortal remains are handed over to the family to carry out the final rites. As far as the Karnataka Chief Minister also, of course, is concerned, we've seen that, they've rushed to two separate teams there now, to Jammu and Kashmir, to Pahalgam, to try and coordinate efforts to ascertain if there were any more tourists from the state of Karnataka, provide any necessary assistance, of course, that's required in a bid to bring them all back, safely. Of course, amongst those injured right now, there isn't still an official number as to how many are from Karnataka, but one deceased is what the local police has also confirmed.
All right, Neha, thank you for getting us the updates. Let me, in fact, go across to our guests who are joining us. We have Major General Dr. Rajan Kochar, VSM Defence and Strategic Affairs expert, former MGOC Central Command, joining us, along with Lieutenant General K.J. Singh, former Western Army Commander, Amit Raina, activist, and advocate Ahmed Ayaz, political analyst. Let me first go across to Major General Dr. Rajan Kochar. What is your assessment? Is this to generate fear psychosis? Is this to deter tourists from, coming to Jammu Kashmir, to send out a message that you are not welcome here? Or is this, again, part of the larger evil design of Pakistan?
Thank you. First of all, I would like to condemn this incident in the harshest possible terms. It's a cowardly act against innocent civilians. Look at this timing which they have actually chosen. The Vice President of the United States is in India. The Prime Minister is visiting Saudi Arabia, and this impetus to the Indian economy is on. And Jammu and Kashmir has been fairly stable over this year. As a matter of fact, in South Kashmir, there has been hardly any incident. And I would also like to link it with the statement or the address of General Munir, Chief of the Army Staff of Pakistan, in which he mentioned two important things which we have to relate to the strategy of these terrorists. One is about the Hindu Muslims,
Yes.
and secondly, Kashmir being the jugular vein. So if you take these two statements into account, you can piece out things that the Amarnath Yatra is going to start on 3rd of July. This incident is to target the stream of tourists who are going to come into Jammu and Kashmir. Last year, it was unprecedented. 35 lakh tourists visited Jammu and Kashmir. So it is an act to create a divide or a communal divide between two religions. It is an act to create a kind of a terror in Jammu and Kashmir to curb the terrorism. And I think that is why the Home Minister is actually reaching the place. And unofficial figures tend to tell me that there have been a large number of deaths in this attack. So I think the official figures will come shortly,
Right.
which will tell us that how serious this issue is and what needs to be done. Because right now I think the cordon and search operations are in place. This entire area is very the terrain is such. The jungles and the mountains where the getaway for the terrorists is going to be slightly easier. So it will be a difficult task, I presume, for the security forces now to get into the chasing of these terrorists.
Absolutely.
And to
Absolutely, hunt
neutralize
them down.
them.
But you raised a very important point when you spoke about the Pakistani army chief who backed the two-nation theory and said that our children need to be told, the future generation needs to be told how different we are from Hindus in all aspects. I want to take that up with Lieutenant General KJ Singh as well. Because one of the victims, also on record, Lieutenant General KJ Singh, has said that this is what the terrorists were saying, कि ये non-Muslim hai, isko maro.
See, the problem is that Asim Munir is cornered within his own country. Asim Munir is not even sure of the ruling dispensation which is currently in power in Pakistan. Because there is a feeling that Imran Khan has been put in prison and some kind of coalition has been cobbled up, and Asim Munir is now pushing it somewhere. It is lurching into some kind of repair, recovery. There is a fiscal emergency over there. There is insurgency going on in Balochistan, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. TTP is running riot. So in all this, only thing you can do is turn the attention outwards. Take it out from internal thing out to India. And this is what he's done. And how silly of him to say that Kashmir is his jugular vein. Jugular vein can't be for something which is not even yours. It is a union territory in India. If there is anything on Kashmir, it is resolving the POK, Gilgit-Baltistan and all these areas. So all in all, it is diabolic, it is desperate, it is indicative of ISI getting into this mode and wanting to do something, and the timing, as General Kocher has described. See, the US Vice President is here.
Right.
Indian Prime Minister is in Saudi Arabia. Tourist season after about 8 or 9 weeks, the Amarnath Ji Yatra is going to start.
Absolutely. It is coinciding with a lot of events. And you are absolutely right. In the past also we witnessed this. Whenever dignitaries, foreign dignitaries visit, and it's a significant visit of the foreign dignitary, such attacks have taken place. We have some breaking inputs coming in on the broadcast, and this is what top sources are telling Times Now, that the NIA is soon set to take over the case. Senior officials from NIA visited Sonmarg recently and will also be travelling to Pahalgam tomorrow. That's what we're given to understand. Let me in fact go across to Priyank, who's getting us more details on this. So NIA now to soon take over the probe. Priyank?
Yes, certainly, Swati, because the attack is similar to what happened in Sonmarg, because we are talking about the Falcon squad, which is a hit squad of the Lashkar-e-Taiba. Basically, Lashkar-e-Taiba, since it's a banned organization, they came up with a new hit and run squad, which is given responsibility and ammunition from the Lashkar-e-Taiba side to go out, carry out these kind of cowardly terrorist attack, and then they have been trained to hide in the highly forest area. In this incident of Pahalgam also, if you can see that the location is at a heavily dense forest area. That's why this Falcon squad was probably used, and that's why the resistance squad, these are the proxy names of Lashkar-e-Taiba, let me tell you to our viewers, was used in this kind of cowardly attack where these terrorists came, they opened fire on innocent tourists, and then they went inside the forest. That's why you could see that there have been choppers which have been hovering before the sunset could happen, so that the location of these terrorists can be found, and some kind of possible location can give a major lead in carrying out further operation in eliminating these terrorists. While talking about this Falcon squad, let me tell you to our viewers that this is a proxy squad which was built up by Lashkar-e-Taiba so that the hit and squad can go carry out attack on innocent civilians and all those tourists, and then they can go back to the forest area. They have been trained in such a manner that they can stay in the forest area for the many hours. So that is the biggest challenge for the security forces, because this forest area can be covered from all the quarters by the security forces. But the manner in which these squads have been trained to hide in the forest area is something which was thought very pre-planned by the Lashkar-e-Taiba, knowing the fact that the terrorists tourists could be going to these kind of isolated locations where there could be a lesser possibility of the security personnel, and then the attack can happen.
Right.
That is what we are trying to tell you to our viewers, that this Falcon squad, which is known as Resistance Squad, which is built by Lashkar-e-Taiba, is extremely well trained to hide in the forest area, and they have been provided sophisticated weapons to carry out these kind of attacks.
All right, Priyank, thank you very much for getting us that breaking input. I want to quickly go back to the guests. Advocate Ahmed Ayaz, a dastardly and a cowardly attack. The defense experts on the panel believe to divert attention from the internal crisis that Pakistan is going through and facing. Their strategy always is to try and divert the attention to India, to try and destabilize India. It also, of course, coincides with J.D. Vance's visit.
Very sad incident, whatever has happened today, having attacked tourists, of course. It looks to be very unexpected in view of the present situation when many tourists used to flow to Kashmir. Part of the economy depends, rather good amount of economy depends on the tourists. So it has to be seen from that point of view also as to how the Kashmirs are, the people living in the Kashmir are put to the trouble that way also. But having said so, this gives us a sense that what's the ground situation. Besides, as I see that this is presents the militancy is trying to see that either they are trying to give a message that we are present here, or trying to counter the claims of the government that everything is normal here. With the messages that we have been making, claims we have been
not
making.
Been normal, do you think there would have been a rise in footfall there? If things were not normal, do you think people would have wanted to risk their lives if things were not normal in Jammu and Kashmir to just visit there as tourists?
No, my point is my point is different. My point is different. That having given a message to all over that everything is normal here, and that became perhaps a reason for tourists to coming. But particularly this year, there is a huge rush of tourists, and hardly there is a place for them to, rather accommodation is now there is no availability of accommodation. Such a huge rush is there, which of course is a very good sign. But the point is equally, I think we should have been equally alert.
So you're contradicting yourself. On one hand, you say that they are trying to counter the claim of the government that things are all normal there. On the other hand, you're saying that the footfall is so much that there's no accommodation. That's what I'm saying. If things were not normal, why would anybody want to go there and risk their life? Meanwhile, before I come to you, Amit Raina, we have some breaking inputs coming in. This is what sources are telling us. According to sources, 24 feared dead in Pahalgam. Bodies still being identified. Imagine the scale of this attack, the magnitude of this attack. 24 have been feared dead in this terrorist attack. Let me bring in Amit Raina as well. Amit Raina, the blame game unfortunately has already begun. Okay, I have Yavar joining us on the broadcast as well. Yavar, sources are telling us that 24 people are feared dead. Yavar. Yavar, can you hear me? Okay, I think we've lost that line with Yavar. Meanwhile, we're also getting visuals now of Home Minister Amit Shah, who is on his way to Jammu and Kashmir. Remember, the Prime Minister spoke to him and urged the Home Minister to visit Jammu and Kashmir to take stock of the situation. So, Home Minister on his way to Jammu Kashmir. Priyank is getting us more details on that. Two developments. One, of course, visuals coming in, Priyank, of the Home Minister leaving for Jammu and Kashmir. And on the other hand, sources also telling your channel that 24 are feared dead.
Yes, certainly that's a very unfortunate news coming out from the state of Jammu and Kashmir, which was certainly going in the path of development. And this kind of disruptive measure was certainly anticipated by the security establishment. That's why right now we were talking about the Falcon Squad, which was built up by Lashkar-e-Taiba to attack innocent civilians as well as all those tourists who will be going to the valley. What we are getting to know through sources that the number of casualties can rise up to 24. This is what our sources have been suggesting, and unfortunate information coming out that 24 people are feared dead in this cowardly attack which was done on the behest of Pakistan by the Lashkar-e-Taiba's proxy squad, which has taken responsibility of this particular attack which has happened in Pahalgam. Right. While on the other side, we know that looking at the kind of information which was coming out from the valley, right. We saw
in fact, Priyank, Yavar is also joining us in the broadcast. Let me quickly go across to him. Yavar, this is what sources are telling us, that 24 civilians, 24 tourists feared dead in this attack.
Well, exactly, sources are indicating that 24 casualties are feared in this attack. This is a very big attack that the Kashmir Valley. See, Swati, I've been telling this since the afternoon that we haven't have this sort of attack being witnessed in the Kashmir Valley over the past 2 decades. 24 casualty is a huge number, and this attack came in a light barely weeks after a security review meeting was held. This attack came in a light when the Kashmir Valley was all set to welcome the Amarnath Yatra. So somehow we are witnessing that this attack has been aimed to, destabilize the Kashmir Valley. However, the Home Minister has vowed that they will avenge it. The LG has assured that all the possible help will be provided, and he directed security agencies, because he is heading the Unified High Command here. He has directed security officials to intensify the anti-terror operation there. In fact, we have been reporting from the Pahalgam. We witnessed that how the tourists were stopped, and due to the security precautions, they are not letting go to that particular place. 24 casualties have been reported. That's what the sources are indicating. We are waiting what the officials have to say, because already the Chief Minister has clarified that let's not jump into the numbers. Let's wait for the security officials. From the officials all across, we have witnessed that JNK Chief Secretary has rushed there.
Right. Of course, at this point, sources are saying that there is a fear that 24 people have been killed in this attack, the dastardly, cowardly attack. And imagine the magnitude. 24 people tourists, civilians who had gone there to visit Jammu and Kashmir on vacation were targeted by these terrorists. Stay on with us, Priyank and Yavar. Let me quickly go back to our guest, to Amit Raina. Like I was saying, Amit Raina, unfortunately, blame game already has begun. Advocate Ahmed Ayaz saying that this is perhaps either fear psychosis or a counter to the claims that are being made of normalcy. But unfortunate development. Meanwhile, one cannot forget the role of Pakistan.
36 Sikhs were killed in Chhattisgarh Singh Pura massacre when Bill Clinton visited India. More than 28 tourists have been shot dead in Kashmir when the Vice President of the United States is in India. Pakistan is sending a clear message to America, to India, that they will continue to indulge in terror activities in Kashmir. And I fully agree with Advocate Ahmed Ali Ayaz when he says that things are not normal, because the massacre of this level would have not been possible without the help from the locals. Continuously, Hindus have been targeted in Kashmir for the last 2 years. Whether it was Riyasi attack on the Yatris or today's attack, you go out and pull pants of the tourist to check which religion he belongs to, and then you shoot him dead. It is a clear case of targeted killing against Hindus. And it has continued to happen in Kashmir from 1990 onwards. 2019 onwards, we have seen the spike in targeted killing. And we have been telling the government that it is not possible that such number of terror attacks are happening in Kashmir without the support of local Kashmiris. You need to identify those people. You can continue to blame Pakistan, and Pakistan is involved in what is happening in Kashmir, but it cannot happen without the support of local Kashmiris. And I request the tourists that Kashmiri Pandits were not fooled to leave their houses. Please do not jeopardize your safety for tourism, please.
All right, Amit Raina says things are not normal. He agrees with Advocate Ahmed Ayaz on that point. I want to quickly take a response from Lieutenant General K.J. Singh on that. Your views, sir?
The economy of Kashmir is based on outsiders coming there and tourism, largely. So, and fruit and apple, that is another facet to that economy. Now, in this kind of economy, there was some kind of understanding that don't target tourists and outsiders. The tourist season is the time when the local population gets a chance to make some money and their economy flourishes. And that is used throughout the year. Because large part of the year, the state is closed, it is inhospitable, people are confined to their houses, it snows and all. So it's a very foolish act. The Kashmiri society itself doesn't like this, I'm telling you.
Okay.
You see, the pony drivers over there are all Muslims.
All right.
They take you to Amarnath Yatra, the Pittuwalas. And today also when it has happened, the local civilians, they are shocked and they are helping. They're taking people to hospitals and all. But the problem is, Pakistan would like to do such a desperate thing. But I have great faith in our systems.
Okay.
Firstly, there'll be a good response. People will be localized. People will be taken care of. Our medical system is good.
Lieutenant General, on that particular point, when you said that locals themselves are helping the tourists out, Amit Raina wanted to come in, I believe. Amit Raina does not agree with what you're saying.
No, you may have limited number of people helping already the people who are dead. How is it possible that a bunch of terrorists comes who has been given shelter for 2 years? We all know that this group of terrorists has been roaming in the Pir Panchal area for almost 2 years. Post Riyasi attack and prior to Riyasi attack, it is the same area where we have lost a colonel, a major, a DSP last year. The terrorists continue to roam in these areas. They get a logistic support. They have a local support. It is not possible they continue to operate in Pir Panchal area without the support of locals. Yes, there are good combatants in Kashmir. Those are exceptions. Otherwise, this is a continuous attack on Hindus in Kashmir. What happened in Riyasi? We have seen numerous attacks happening even in
Advocate Ahmed Ayaz, a continuous attack taking place on Hindus, and this is just part of that. Also, do you agree that there's a network of overground workers, that locals are involved in this, helping the terrorists?
No, I don't see that part. Why? Because had that been the case, then in Jammu also, then what about Kutwa and then the what you call Akhnur? Few days back, there had been also an incident of such an extent. So it's not that local. See, point is it's so situational. Only see, it may be a jungle also. I think the Pahalgam area, that's mostly jungle, and we don't know where these people are hiding. But the important point, what I would like to raise is that now that we are in 35 years of this militancy, question is, see, not many people talk respecting everybody's views, expressing a reason about behind any incident. Well, there may be a reason. Somebody says that it has happened because of this, somebody says, but the main point is that just for last having this militancy for last 35 years, have not been in a position to analyze, have not been in a position to work out the strategies to combat this. Don't we know the infiltrate?
Have we not been able to? No, one second. Have we not been able to? One second. Have we not been able to thwart some of these terrorist attacks? Have we not eliminated the commanders, so-called commanders of these terror organizations in the recent past?
That's okay.
So then how are you saying that have we not been able to analyze and assess the situation?
Wait a bit. How has this happened today? How has it happened? Knowingly that there are a lot of tourists coming, do you think that we need not to be extra alert? When we have sent a message across that everything is normal, expecting a good flow of tourists, and either we are not aware of that there is a militancy in Kashmir still, or we have taken it lightly. What
Lieutenant
exactly
General
is the
Singh, these questions are bound to be raised and asked that if everything is normal on ground, why do we see this terror attack taking place? If it is true that we've been able to thwart attacks, then did we fail in assessing the situation? Is that what has happened?
See, we should not get into a panic mode. We should not start generalizations. The fact of the matter is that the scale of terrorism has come down drastically after abrogation of Article 370. Nobody can deny that. I myself have visited Kashmir in last 2-3 years, and I see the kind of tourism I had not seen ever. So films are being shot. So let's not discount the fact that a lot of progress has been made. And why shouldn't it be made? Kashmiris deserve it. All of us want Kashmiris to live prosperously. And if there are any issues, they can be negotiated. There is dialogue. There are elections. They have their own government today. National conference is in power. So if that be so, let us not let us give the chance to our government to resolve it. See, creating a panic and too much of...
Okay.
If our government has to take action, it will take action.
Okay.
I'm telling.
Okay, you're saying that action will be taken. Let's not hit the panic button yet. And let's not generalize the situation. All right, I know Amit Raina wants to come in, but I have some breaking news to share with our viewers. I'll come back to you. We are being told, and this is what top sources are telling Times Now, that the Home Minister is going to hold a meeting at Jammu and Kashmir Raj Bhavan. The Home Minister is also going to visit people who have been injured in this terror attack post that meeting that will be held at Raj Bhavan. And Priyank is getting us more details on that. So he first held a high-level meeting here in the national capital. Now the Home Minister is on his way to Jammu Kashmir, where again he would of course be holding another meeting at Raj Bhavan. Who all are going to be part of that, Priyank?
See, Swati, we have just seen that the Lieutenant Governor of the state of Jammu and Kashmir, Mr. Manoj Sinha, is also traveling with the Home Minister Amit Shah. They have flown from the national capital approximately around 7 p.m. today, and they are expected to land around 8:30 in Srinagar. And soon after he will reach, there will be high-level meeting which is expected to happen approximately around 8:45 to 9 p.m. at the governor's residence. And this is the location where all the senior officials of the China Corps have also been called, which means the Indian Army as well as DGP of the JNK is also expected to take part in this particular meeting, because this is one of the biggest casualty which has happened with respect to innocent civilians in the recent time is concerned. The manner in which this cowardly attack has happened and the kind of input which was already gathered by the security establishment was certainly important to be seen. There were input and there were clear-cut indication that this Falcon squad, which was being developed by the Lashkar-e-Taiba as the proxy squad, will be attempting to carry out this kind of possible track. So it's almost humanly impossible to keep security forces at every location. This was a protected area where the routes were protected, but taking advantage of the mountain, probably these terrorists came down, and after carrying out the attack, they have again back to the mountain zone. It is an overnight thing for them to see that till how long they can run away from the clutches of the security forces, because what my sources have been suggesting that this particular mountain range and every route which is coming out from this zone has been blocked by the security forces, but the mountain terrain is such that it is difficult to keep a tab on every inch. So the possible route and the later on location where they could be hiding, and the OGs which could be a very big possible help for these terrorists to hide and to stay back for the few hours till the time they are actually eliminated, is another concern. And since we know that these attacks do have a pattern, like the squad is being trained in the format of 6 to 7 individuals who are taken across the valley or being trained inside the valley, and these kind of sophisticated weapons are given to them. So there is a possibility that other areas and the tourist location in Jammu and Kashmir are also very vulnerable with respect to this particular attack which has happened, and they have succeeded in killing so many innocent civilians. So this is a message which should go out to all the security forces in the valley. That the head of the security forces with respect to paramilitary, state police is concerned. He is himself camping in the valley. So the leader himself being there is going to give a very strong message. The president herself has condemned it. So the Indian Army has also been having a very strong presence in the valley, where the officials of the Chirag Corps will also be taking a part. So soon after, Home Minister will arrive at Srinagar along with Manoj Sinha. There is going to be a high-level meeting which is already scheduled.
Right.
The senior officials have been...
Yes, I'm going to go back to our guest. Stay on with this. I'll come to you for more input. So Amit Raina, like he was pointing out, that this is not just any other terrorist attack, but this is targeted killing of Hindus in Jammu and Kashmir. 24, according to sources, 24 of them are feared dead. Amit, you wanted to say something earlier, you wanted to come in.
500,000 ethnic Hindus of Kashmir have been committed to genocide. We have seen multiple attacks on Hindus and Sikhs in Kashmir. We have seen 60% of the civilians getting killed in the last few years coming from Hindu community in a state which is a Muslim-dominated state, and we should still not generalize. We have seen today people getting killed for being Hindus, and where they refuse to mention their name, tell their name, their trousers being removed to verify which religion they come from and getting killed. But we should still not generalize it. We should not call it jihad. We should call it something else and close our eyes about what is being waged in Kashmir. Let's be honest to ourselves. What is happening in Kashmir is jihad, and if we believe prosperity is an antidote to jihad, then we are fooling ourselves. If prosperity and economics was an antidote to jihad, we would have not seen jihad in Europe. We would have not seen jihad in Australia. We would have not seen jihad in America. Unfortunately, all the good work which General Saab was talking about has been undone today. All the good work of the last few years has been undone by one single act of jihad today. 30 civilians have been shot dead, and their crime that they were Hindus visiting Kashmir as tourists. And we have Amarnath Yatra coming up soon. This was a message to Hindus: do not come for Amarnath Yatra.
This was a message to Hindus. Stay on with us, Amit. We have some breaking inputs coming in. In fact, unfortunate, extremely unfortunate. There's confirmation coming in that 24 have died. 24 casualties now. 24 killed. And 5 more are critically injured. That's what we're given to understand. Priyank, extremely unfortunate, the confirmation which is coming in on the casualties. 24 tourists killed.
These were the innocent civilians, Swati, who were camping in this particular area along with their family members and their loved one. And suddenly the group of terrorists came and they started opening fire after looking at the identity on the religion of these civilians. That is a very worrying part, because these terrorists were trained that you have to go to the location. After identifying the location from the terrorists belong to, you have to shoot them dead. What we are getting to know that 24 people have come to the bullet wound injuries while they were taken to the hospital. Few of them died on the spot. One injured has been shifted to Srinagar at this KIMS hospital, which is Srinagar Institute of Medical Sciences, and 3 of the injured are being treated at the Anantnag District Hospital, which is approximately 20 to 25 kilometers away from the location at this Pahalgam. Anantnag is the headquarter, and civilians have been shifted there. But what unfortunate information, which I'm also trying to confirm, that so far what we have got to know that 2 of the injured, or those people who have died in this incident, could be also foreign nationals. So we are awaiting the confirmation regarding this particular incident. Many people who were there sitting in these small shanties or Maggie points, what is generally called, the terrorists came and they started opening fire. What information we could also gather, that they were wearing a camouflage, disguised them as security personnel. That's why they could carry these highly sophisticated weapons and reach out to the innocent civilians who were sitting and camping in this shanties, because in Kashmir the security personnel are in large number. So someone wearing a camouflage and walking with an AK-47 rifle is a very common visual. Anyone who have visited the valley.
So that is, and it was not just to terrorize the tourists. There was an agenda behind it. Advocate Ahmed Ayaz is also with us. Pradeep, I'll come to you in just a bit. Advocate Ahmed Ayaz, that's what Amit is pointing out. And the target were Hindus. It was not just any other terror attack. People were attacked and in a way punished, killed because of their faith.
See, for such attacks, religion is not important, whether it is Hindu or Muslim.
Then why is it that the victim is saying? Why is it that the victim is saying that they heard the terrorist say, "वो non-Muslim है, वो non-Muslim है, उसको गोली मारो." And some of the gory pictures and videos that are coming to fore show that the trousers of some of the victims were pulled down. If it was not for faith, why was that happening?
The difficulty is you don't allow us to complete our sentence. My point is the same. Normally, with terrorists, there is no discrimination between Hindus and Muslims. Why it has happened here, why these have been singled out, whether these are non-Muslims, there needs to be something very seriously, deeply seen what exactly has gone wrong. Otherwise, as we know, as we have seen, as we have experienced...
No, one second, sir. I think you got the saying wrong. Perhaps terrorism does not have a religion, but in this case, the victims who belong to a specific religion were targeted.
That's what I say. There seems to be something, something bigger. You know why? Because a particular community has been targeted. Why? Based on the religion? Because they don't see the religion. They indiscriminately fire. They want to make their presence. They want to show that, we are here.
I think we should then perhaps wait for the investigation to reveal that they were just firing indiscriminately without paying any attention. Yes. In this case, and it is on record, Advocate Ahmed Ayaz, somebody who's lost a near and dear one, has witnessed such a terrorist attack and has been a victim, will not lie. A woman saying it, that they were talking to each other saying, this person looks, one second, this person is a non-Muslim, usko goli maro.
I don't say lie. I say that it is more than what we see. There is something need to be seen. Why exactly?
No, but this is definitely not a case of just indiscriminately random firing, Lieutenant General Singh.
That's what I say. That's what I say. There is something more than what we see.
And it goes back to the statement of Gen Munir. The entire thing being prepared like this, getting people into this sense of, I call it facade. It's not jihad, it's facade. It is, you are putting a society at war with itself. See, all this will get taken care of. I'm great optimist on that. And I still hope that Kashmiris get past this, get together again. They can only survive by helping each other. And let's not get sidetracked by, we will take action. I'm not saying we will not take action. We will sort out those people. We have to localize them. And system is working to that. I assure you of that. But let us also not fall prey to their ultimate design of creating a facade, a permanent divide between our societies. We can't be at war with ourselves. So let us see their plot, the diabolic plot which Pakistan is doing, that India is progressing, so now divide India into an internal war. So that we have to be careful. Our government is very capable, very determined. They will take action.
Okay.
I'm sure.
Amit Raina does not agree. Amit Raina wants to come in. He wants to come in.
How many more Hindus need to be killed before you call it a jihad? Look what is happening in Mushirabad. We have seen what is happening at Bangladesh. Is it a facade that is happening there? What is happening in Kashmir for last 35 years? Is it a facade? It is a jihad. It is a bloody jihad. Nothing more than that. It is a crime they are out to kill Hindus. They are doing Ghazwa-e-Hind. And if we don't call cancer a cancer, how are we going to treat it? That's the factor. That is why what has happened today is because for 5 years, the government of India continued to believe that by putting money, by investing money in Kashmir, by making them prosper, they will win jihad. Unfortunately, jihad in 1400 years has not been won by money. It has to be countered. You have to go and kill. You have
But
to go
Amit,
and...
was that not happening? Was that not happening? Were the commanders of these so-called organizations, the terror organizations, were they not being neutralized? Were such plans not being spoiled?
But you were not killing the
and
ideology.
thwarted?
No, you were not killing the ideology. You were killing the terrorists, but you continued, the fountainhead continued to exist. And Pakistan, till Pakistan exists, the fountainhead will continue to exist. You can keep on cutting the crop, it will keep on growing again. There is an ideological problem in Kashmir. You have to address that. You have to ensure that India exists in Kashmir. For 35 years, you have not been able to get back the Kashmiri Hindus back to Kashmir, and you're claiming normalcy. How is it a normalcy?
Lieutenant General Singh, do you want to come in? Root cause needs to be identified and addressed.
I respect sentiments of Raina Saab. I am with him, and I will very politely tell him that facade is actually an abusive term, yaar. I am saying that this is, if I claim it to be jihad, it is stupidity, because I am actually doing facade. I am doing something to which is not even sanctioned by their own religion. See the argument from that point of view. So I fully subscribe to the fact that ideology has to be tackled, and it is being done in small ways. More should be done. And Raina Saab, you have pain in your heart. I know a lot of Kashmiri friends, Aditya Tikku, and a lot of friends are there. I feel sorry for them. I would want you to go back to Srinagar and claim your...
Perhaps that's what Amit is trying to say. That kind of assurance and that kind of action needs to come from the top, from the government. And the community needs to feel safe. They need to be convinced, first of all, that going back is absolutely safe for them, that enough is being done to ensure that they go there, live there, the rehabilitation happens. Stay on with us, gentlemen. We have some breaking inputs coming in. And this is what Priyank was just telling us a short while back. And it is now confirmed that of the 24 people who have been killed in this terror attack, 2 are foreign nationals. Let's go across to Priyank for more on this. So, Priyank, is it confirmed now that there were 2 foreign nationals?
We are yet to get the nationality of these, individuals who have died in this attack. But what we are getting information that these 2 individuals who were foreign nationals who had gone to the location in this particular valley were also shot dead when the terrorists were opening fire. So that is what we are awaiting, the exact nationality of these individuals. But so far, our sources have been confirming 2 of the foreign nationals have also died in this cowardly attack, Swati.
All right. So of the 24 people who've been killed in this terror attack, 2 are foreign nationals. That has been confirmed. Now, remember, additionally, 5 more are critically injured. That's what we're given to understand. The dastardly, cowardly terror attack on the tourists in Pahalgam in Jammu and Kashmir. While there is a blame game taking place, multiple developments happening at the same time. NIA to soon take over the probe of the Pahalgam terror attack. Meanwhile, Home Minister Amit Shah is on his way to Jammu Kashmir, where he's going to hold high-level security meet again. But before leaving for Jammu Kashmir as well, here in the national capital, the Home Minister held a meeting. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has condemned this attack and also assured the nation that the perpetrators will not be spared. This is not going to be tolerated. He in fact spoke to the Home Minister and asked the Home Minister to go to Jammu Kashmir and also take all necessary suitable steps. Let me go back to our guest. Amit, do you want to respond to what Lieutenant General Singh was saying earlier?
No. General Saab was saying it is facade. I'm saying it is not facade. Facade is trouble. This is not trouble. This is much beyond trouble. And we unfortunately have been not addressing. Even if this was trouble, we still needed to focus on how to tackle this trouble. We have not. We have failed.
I think we've lost that connection with Amit. We'll try and connect with him again. Let me go back to Lieutenant General Singh. These questions, like I said earlier, will be asked. One, about how could this happen if there's normalcy on ground. Two, the issue with the targeted killing. The fact that people were identified to be belonging to a particular faith, a particular community, and were targeted for that. Lieutenant General Singh.
Firstly, I would now request the clergy in Kashmir to take this call. Tourist season is still to start. To please lay out a fatwa or some kind of a direction that nobody will target tourism, nobody will do this kind of thing on civilians who are innocent. They should take a call on this. They should come out. And the civil society, especially the people who belong to the dominant faith over there, I don't want to name and add more fuel to fire, but they must rise and they must demonstrate that they are there to give security to tourism. That's one thing I would look for. As regards saying that this is a failure, it may be a little premature. Failure it has been by all accounts. But is it not possible for 2-3 isolated kind of people in a group to do this kind of thing? I guess it can be done. It is possible.
All right. We have some breaking inputs coming in. I'm just quickly shifting focus to that. And this is what, again, sources are telling your channel, that the Northern Army commander has rushed to the spot now. According to the information that we're getting, Northern Army Commander Lieutenant General M.V. Suchendra Kumar is rushing to Jammu Kashmir, Srinagar from New Delhi. Pradeep Datta is getting us more details on that. Yes, Pradeep.
Yes, the today's day will be remembered as a dark Tuesday, and you rightly said that 24 people have lost their lives as per sources, and 2 of them are said to be foreign nationals. A short while back, we got the information that GOC Northern Command, Lieutenant General Suchendra, has rushed towards the spot where he's going to review a situation, because what we had got to know from the sources, it was about 3 to 4 Lashkar-e-Toiba terrorists who were wearing combat fatigue, and they opened indiscriminate fire. And you have rightly said that one of the victims said that they identified people on the basis of the faith. They started targeting them because they knew that they are the Hindus. That was one of the reasons that they opened indiscriminate fire. You have to understand, whenever there is a high-profile visit, they always try to make their presence felt. We have seen this thing happening in 2000 March when Bill Clinton was in India. That was the time when Sikhs were massacred. 35 of them were killed in Chatti Singhpura area, that time in South Kashmir. And once again, the attack has taken place in South Kashmir area when J.D. Vance, the Vice President of United States of America, is here. Because reason is that Pakistan is completely rattled ever since the Tahawur Rana has been handed over to India. And the message is that what the Pakistan is trying to convey is that both the countries can join hand against terror, but we'll continue to do what we really want to do. And that is what exactly they have done. And the second thing is, just only a few days back, there was a meeting, that conference was held in Khaigala area in Rawalakot, where actually some of the Lashkar terrorists were giving a speech in which they said that how India is trying to bring in a demographic change. So it is basically that reason that they are trying to generate fear psychosis. They are trying to target Hindus because they know that by targeting tourists, they will be targeting the backbone of the Indian tourism industry, and especially the people in Jammu and Kashmir, because they know once the tourism will be there, the people will not be getting lured to the gun culture, because during the last 5 years, ever since Article 370 has been abrogated, hardly any youngster used to join terror rank. And that's one of the reasons that right now 90% of the terrorists operating in Jammu and Kashmir are Pakistanis. And Pakistanis have nothing to do with the peace and prosperity. They do not want to see smile on the face of people of Kashmir Valley. All they want death and destruction, and that's why they're continuing with the bloodbath. And I think this is a very big incident. That's one of the reasons the Prime Minister was really concerned about this while in Jeddah, and he immediately called Home Minister Amit Shah, and he has already mentioned that in his social media message also, that their resolve to fight against terrorism is unshakable, and they will continue to take action against all those perpetrators who are responsible for this dastardly and cowardly act. And that's one of the reasons that Amit Shah is rushing towards Kashmir Valley, and they are going to have a review meeting. And the first thing that we will be trying to ensure is, one, that they will try to ensure the safety and security of the tourists. They will ensure that their confidence is not shattered, because the other tourists who are there, they should continue with their visit in Kashmir Valley. And third important thing that really will be a matter of concern for them is that forthcoming Amarnath pilgrimage, because that is 35-day Amarnath pilgrimage is going to start in the month of July. So focus will be also about the security of Amarnath pilgrims this time. So already we have seen that how Asim Munir, the general of Pakistan, was also trying to instigate, because if you go through his speech, that clearly indicates that what actually is going on in their mind, because the problem is that Pakistan, like zebra cannot change its stripe, the Pakistan cannot change its strategy of bleeding India 1,000 cut, and that's what they have been doing for the last several decades. And here in this case also, it was a Lashkar group. Now, right now, the security forces have launched an operation. Three-pronged operation has been launched in that area. Additional reinforcement has been sent besides
but
CRPF.
You are right, Pradeep, when you say that the Amarnath Yatra is going to take place, and definitely raises concerns amidst this terror attack on tourists there, in which 24 people have now been confirmed dead. 2 of them, in fact, are foreign nationals, and 5 others are critically injured. Home Minister Amit Shah has left for Jammu Kashmir, where he will be holding a meeting at the Raj Bhavan. And before leaving as well, there was a high-level meeting that he addressed. He's spoken to the Prime Minister as well, has briefed the Prime Minister about the situation. And the Prime Minister, in fact, asked the Home Minister to go to Jammu Kashmir to oversee the situation there, to take a stock of what's transpiring. Let me go back to our guests, to Amit Raina. Is this all the factors that Pradeep and our reporters on ground are talking about, multiple factors that could be the possible reasons behind this, or is this, according to you, only and only targeted killing?
This is targeted killing, but other thing which is important one can analyze from this is that Pakistan continues to have presence in Kashmir. They can execute any plan they want to do it, and today's incident shows that. Second is that if what Pradeep is saying is the 90% of terrorists operating in Kashmir are Pakistanis, they cannot operate on their own without an ecosystem available to them. That means there are still number of sympathizers and overground workers available to Pakistan to help them execute the plans, the dastardly plans like they have committed today. That is something which is very worrying. We have not been able to cut that ecosystem which is available to these terrorists. And we have seen multiple casualties. We have seen in the same region, we have seen a colonel, a major, a DSP getting killed. We have seen in the same Pir Panchal area, Riyasi, we have seen Hindu pilgrims getting killed. We have continuously seen attacks happening in both Jammu and Kashmir.
Right.
We had seen this focus moving to Jammu, but today Pakistan has come
All
back.
right, Amit Raina and Lieutenant General Singh, thank you very much for joining us on the broadcast. Thank you to our reporters as well for getting us the inputs and the latest. Of course, our coverage will continue. A quick break.